Hello everyone, today we're learning Daf Mem Tes on Baba Kama. We're going to start from Ches on based on the bottom of the Mishnah. Says the Mishnah, Shoy a ox, Shoy miskaven lechaver that tried goring his friend. Ve'ika is a isha, and he hit a woman, ve'yotzi yolodeh, and he killed the unborn babies. Potem in the blodos, he doesn't have to pay for these babies. Ve'im oyo miskaven lechaver, and a person who tried hitting his friend, and he hit the woman by mistake, and he killed the unborn babies, you do have to pay the damage that he caused, the babies that he killed, the unborn babies, and he has to pay the dmei vlodos. How do you estimate that? You estimate a woman how much she was worth before she had the babies. How much is she worth without the babies inside? And she's worth obviously more of the babies. If you tell her as a slave, there's potential over here of also babies, so she's worth more. That's the price you pay dmei vlodos. Omar Reb Shimon Gamliel says, "In Cain, if so, mishaisha yoledes meshabachas." When a woman has a baby, she's more valuable, she's worth more after she has a baby, and therefore it doesn't make sense to do this estimation. We're going to see the Gemara exactly going to explain what Reb Shimon Gamliel says. Elo shomi misavlodo is how much of these unborn babies worth by themselves. Kamem yofin, how much a person would pay for buying this unborn baby as a slave. And he paid the money not to the woman, to the baal. If there's no husband, you give to the Yershim of the Baal. If she was a shivcha and there's no Baal, the Baal is not shaykh to this, and she doesn't have any Yershim potter. It doesn't have to pay. Now, I'm just going to read the pasuk a second of this parasha. People were fighting, and they hit a woman who's pregnant, and the unborn babies died, and the woman won't die. You get punished. Like the husband's gonna say he needs to pay it. Says the Gemara, is mashma from the mission that the ox, the reason why it's potter is because it was miskaven to another ox, or miskaven leisha. If you had kavana to hit the woman, mishalan dmei vlodos, you will pay dmei vlodos if you had kavana to hit the woman. Let's say this is a kasha. There of Ada bar Ava. Why? The Omar of Ada bar Ava shvarim oxes shemiskavnu leisha that had intention to hit the woman, to gore the woman. Pturim dmei vlodos. You don't have to pay dmei vlodos. We learn it from the pasuk, and here it's mashma dafka because they had kavanah to hit the other ox. But if it have kavanah to hit the isha, it would be potter. It would be chayv. Amalek Rav Ada bar Ava says, "Who adin really? The din is the same. The afilin skavna leisha now pturim dmei vlodos. Even if the ox had kavanah to hit the woman, he's still potter dmei vlodos because a shur doesn't pay dmei vlodos." The reason why it says in the Mishnah at the beginning that he had kavanah to his friend and not to hit the woman, because he wants to tell you in the next case of the Mishnah that a person who tried hitting his friend and he hit the woman. And why do we say in the second case of the Mishnah, that case, the Ochiksiv Kro, that's a story in the Torah that they had a fight between two men and they by mistake hit the woman. That's why also in the Reisha it says, Nami, Shur, Miskaven Chaveroi, but really the din will be the same even if you had kavanah to hit the woman. Omar Papa, says our Papa, Shur Shinogach Shifcho, a ox that gored a shifcha, a slave, Yotzi Yolodeo, and her babies, unborn babies died, Mishalim dmei vlodos. You do pay dmei vlodos. We said in the Mishnah, sure, doesn't pay dmei vlodos. Says our Papa, that's tafka by a free woman. But if this woman was a shifcha, she was a slave, you do pay dmei vlodos. My time, what's the reason? Chamarta marbarta be'alma hu de'azik. The woman this slave is like a donkey. It's like the owner has the ownership on it. Like if you damage my donkey, you need to pay. If you damage my slave, you need to pay. The Omar Kra, that said in the Pasuk when Avram went to Aramiriya with Yitzchok to do the Akedah, he said, Shvu lachem, he told Ishmael and Eliezer, Shvu lachem poi machamor, city of the donkey. And we darshan, why did he say city of the donkey? Why didn't he say just city, or what do we need to know about the donkey? We learn from there, that they like donkeys, it's like an ownership, and therefore you need to pay. It's different to the Mishnah when it's talking about a free woman. Kate said, the Mishnah said, how do you estimate this unborn baby? Says the Gemara Kasha, Dmei vlodois, v'shvach vlodois mi boyelei. So we go over here like the Bach, they add a vov, v'shvach vlodois, not only Dmei vlodois, you should say also shvach vlodois mi boyelei. Meaning, the question is, there's two, when a woman's pregnant, there's two extra values in the woman. First, that she has these babies, and second of all, that she gets fatter and stronger. And that's called shvach vlodois, the shvach from the vlodois. So the Gemara, Ochinami Komer, Kate said, Mishalan mei vlodois, shvach vlodois, when the Mishnah says, how do you pay mei vlodois and shvach vlodois? Somi Misha, Isha, you estimate the woman. Kama yofa achalo yolda, how much is she worth before she had these babies? The Kama yofa, how much is she worth after she had the babies? Omar Reb Shimon Gamliel said in the Mishnah, in Cain, if this is how you estimate Misha Isha yoledes mashpachas, fragt the Gemara Maika Omar, what does this mean? Because l'chora, Tanakama said that she's worth less after she has the babies, and then Reb Shimon Gamliel says, in Cain, Mishaisha Yuledesh Mashpacha, she's worth more. What's going on here? Omar Rabba, says Rabba Ochikoma, V'chi Isha Mashpachas Kodim Sheteled, is a woman worth more before she has a baby? Yoisa Milacha Sheteled, more than after she has a baby? V'lo Isha Mashpachas Lacha Sheteled, a woman's worth more after she has a baby. Yoisa more than Mikodim Sheteled, before she has a baby. Because before she has a baby, there's a chashash that maybe in the birth the mother's going to die, so there's a chashash that people won't pay a lot for her. But after she has a baby and she survived it, so then she's worth more, so it doesn't make sense. If you calculate it this way, you're going to not have to pay anything. Elo, shomi misavlodois, you estimate the babies, the unborn babies by themselves. And he paid that to the husband. Tani Nami Och, we have a first price who says the same. Is a woman worth more before she has the babies more than after? She's worth more after she has a baby. So if you do the way you said, you won't have no payment at all. You estimate the unborn babies by themselves, and you pay that to the husband. So that's one pshat in Reb Shimon Gamliel. Rava Ochiktoni, Rava says a new pshat in Reb Shimon Gamliel. V'chi isha lemishi yoledes mashpachas ve'ein la'atzmo b'shvach v'lodois klum. Reb Shimon Gamliel says as follows. Very good, there are the babies, and that is the gzeres hakosov that goes to the husband. But she herself, her body herself, also becomes stronger and worth more, and she should get part of that payment. Why does she, the babies themselves, the unborn babies should go to her husband, but that she becomes bigger and stronger, that should go to herself? Elo, shomi misavlodois, you estimate the vlodois v'nois bala. That you give to the baby, to the husband. The shvach vlodois, but the extra value that she is from the baby, but not in the baby's herself, cholkim, that half goes to the husband and half goes to the bal. Tani Nami Och, we have a brayta like Rava. Omar Reb Shimon Gamliel, says Reb Shimon Gamliel, V'chi isha lemishi yoledes mashpachas. Is the shvach only because of the babies? Ve'ein atzmo b'shvach v'lodos klum. In her own body, she also has shvach v'lodos. Elo shomim nezek b'fnei atzmoi. You estimate the damage of the isha by herself. V'tzah b'fnei atzmo, and the pain by itself. V'shomim misavlodos, and then the vlodos v'noisim labal, you give that to the bal. V'shvach v'lodos, and the benefit of the woman being stronger, that she's pregnant, that she's bigger and fatter, cholkim, that you split between each other. So we have a raya, a brisa like Rabba, and we have a brisa like Rava. Fragt die Gemara, Kasher der Reb Shimon ad der Kasher der Reb Shimon Gamliel ad der Reb Shimon Gamliel. The Chorah, it's a stira between the two brisas. That means in one brisa is mashma that she's worth more when she's pregnant, and one brisa is mashma that she's more worth after she's pregnant. Says the Gemara, loy kasha. It's not a kasha. Can be mevakeres. Can be she'ina mevakeres. Mevakeres means firstborn. So the firstborn, she never had a baby. She's worth more after she has a baby because it's more of a risk for her to die. But after she had the first baby and the second baby onwards, then she's worth more before she has a baby because we saw she had the baby and she was okay already. So we say she probably won't die, and therefore she's worth more because she's pregnant now. Said the Gemara, Rabbanon, the Amri Shvach Vlodis and Nami Lebal, they hold that not only the Vlodis, also the Shvach Vlodis goes to the Baal. My time, and what the reason? Kedetnan, like we learned in the we girls over here, Kedetanya on the side, because it's a brisa. From what it said in the Pasuk, that they hit a woman and they lost the unborn babies. Don't I know that she's pregnant? Obviously, if she has babies, she's pregnant. Why did it say in the Pasuk that she was pregnant? To tell you, to tell you not only the Vlodis go to the Baal, also the Shvach goes to the Baal. For the Gemara, Shimon Gamliel, who doesn't say that, he says we split that. What does he darshan from that extra that the Pasuk says that she was pregnant? Obviously she was pregnant. He needs it for the, like what we learned in the Brisa. You don't have to pay the vlodos until he hits her keneged beis Yeroim, until he hits her on the stomach where she's pregnant. But if he hit her elsewhere, he doesn't have to pay. Omar Papa loitema keneged beis Yeroim mamish. Don't think he means literally on the stomach, only on the stomach, and everywhere else you're potter. Anywhere where because of the pregnancy she gets this warmth, so there is called keneged Yeroim. La fuke to exclude yad v'regel deloi. If you hit her on a hand or on a foot and then she lost the babies, you don't need to pay. But if it was, let's say, on the chest, even though that's not on the stomach where the baby is, you still have to pay dmei vlodos. We said that if this woman was a shifcha, she was a slave and she's free now and she has no owner, or that she was Guris, he is potter. Omar Rabba Loi Shonu, this we said that Guris, you potter, Ela Shechoval Bo B'chaya Ger, they hit her when the ger, her husband, was alive, Umei Sagera, now he's dead. They came in the Choval Bo B'chaya Ger, since he hit her when the husband, who's a ger, was alive, Zochabohu. Ger, the ger is zoicha. The kevin the meisagera, now he dies. Zocha behu minager. He's now zoicha and he doesn't have to pay. It's like hefke, he doesn't have to pay anyone. Aval chova bolacha misa sagera. If before the hitting the ger already died and then he hit her, zachiyelo iu ii begavai. She's zoicha in these vlodos. Umichayev leshlum elo ledido, and you need to pay the geras the dmei vlodos. Omar Rav Chizda, Mori Dechi means Baal Shmur Zu, the owner of this Shmur, the owner of this thing that we just said. Otu Vlodos Trorininu. Is Vlodos like money, bags of money, Vizachi Behu, that because a Gera died, the Isha was Zoich in it? Really, babies don't belong to anyone. The Torah says a special chiddush that the babies you have to pay to the Baal. It's a special exercise, the cost of a chiddush, but really no one has the ownership on these babies. But so now that the husband doesn't exist, this ger died, the Isha's not zoiche in it. Elo, he's choilik, and he says, Isel Baal, if the Baal exists, zocholi rachmona, the Torah is mezaka and you have to pay bnei vlodos. Le'isel Baal, if the Baal dies, doesn't matter if before or after the hitting, you don't need to pay. So we have here machloikes. If the ger died before the hitting, does the Isha get the payment or not? We ask a kasha on Rabba who says that if she died first, if he died first and then the hitting happened, the woman gets the vlodis. Frektig more kasha. It says in the brisa, ikois isha, someone hit the woman, v'yotzu yiladeo, and the unborn babies died. Noisin nezek v'tzala isha. He pays the nezek, the damage and the pain to the woman. V'dmei vlodis, and the value of the unborn babies, labal, to the husband. Eina bal, the bal doesn't died. Noisin yersha, we give to the yersha of the bal. Eina isha. If the isha doesn't exist, so we need to pay the nezek, the tsar. Noisin yersha, you give to her yershim. Oisa shivcha v'nishtachera, if she was a shivcha and she became free. Oy gyeris, or she was a gyeris zocha. The person doesn't have to pay. So we could see, if she was a gyeris, you're zoicha. So the kasha and Rabba who said that, especially in a specific case. Amri, the Gemara says, Umi adifa mimasnisin, is it more shver than the Mishnah that it said that if the husband, if she's a gyeris, your potter, and dukim shechabal bo b'chai ager meis ager, and we said it's talking about specifically where he hit her when the husband was alive and then he died, this ger. Ochinami also here in the brisa, I'll tell you, it's talking about when it says zocha, it's so much shechabal bo b'chai ager meis ager. It's so much the same case where it's so much where the ger died after the hitting, and therefore he's zoichet from the ger. Ve'ibo yisema, another teretz, lacham risas, again. Really, the hitting happened after Mrs. Ager. Or the Rabba said in such a case, if the hitting happened after Mrs. Ager, the woman should get it. V'toni zochto, and when it says in the brisa zocha, where ger is zochso, she is zoicha, and that fits in perfectly with Rabba. Instead of zocho, zochso. Said the Gemara on the base. Let's say that this machloikis between Rabba and Rapapa is a machloikis tanoim. Does the isha zoich in the vlodos if the husband, the ger, dies before the hitting? It said in the brisa, Bas Yisrael shenisas lager v'nisabru meno, and she was pregnant from him, v'choval bo b'chai ager, and he hit her. Clearly in the brisa it says when the husband is still alive. Noisen dmei vlodos lager. You pay the dmei vlodos, the price of the unborn, to the ger. La'achar misas ager. If the hitting happened after misas ager, after the husband, this ger died, that's the case of the machloikis of Rabba and Rapapa. Toni choda, in one brisa it says chayiv, you need to pay. The toni choda potter, and in the other brisa it says potter. My love, isn't it so tanoininu that this, the one who says chayiv, he holds like Rabba, they need to pay to the woman, and the other one who says potter is like her papa. Sorry, it's like Rav Chisda. I was saying her papa, it's Rav Chisda. Says the Gemara, le Rabba, to Rabba, who says that he chayiv, vaday tanoihi. It's for sure tanoim, and he goes lefi man da'oma, who says chayiv, but lefi man da'oma potter, he can't fit in whatsoever, because why should he be potter? You need to pay to the woman. Ela le Rav Chisda, who says that you potter, milei me tanoihi. Can Rav Chisda fit in with everyone? Says the Gemara, loy kashia, meaning not that we had the kasha over here, but loy kashia, no, he could fit in with everyone. Harabonon. The one who says potter is Rabbanon, and it fits in very good. Rab Shimon Gamliel. The one who says chayev is Rab Shimon Gamliel. And how did that help Rab Shimon Gamliel? That Rab Shimon Gamliel said that the shvach vlodos goes to the woman. So that when it says chayev, it's going on the shvach vlodos, and that is still chayev to the isha. Correct, the Gemara asked the Gemara, Kasha, Rab Shimon Gamliel, if the one that says Chayv is Rab Shimon Gamliel, my ear lacham risa. Why are we talking about over here after the ger died? Afilu mechaim nami islo palga. Even when the ger is still alive, until this day, she still gets half. So what's the difference that the Bryce was talking about lacham risa? There's no difference l'chor on the shvach. So the Gemara, no. Mechaim, if he's alive, Islay Palga, she only gets half. Lachar Misa, if her husband's dead, Kule, she gets everything. And that's why the price is Tuma Lachar Misa, And it says chayev is chayev everything, all the shvach goes to the woman. Another way how Rab Chisda could fit this lefi everyone. Both Tanoim in the Brisa, the one who says chayev and the one who says potter, or Rab Shimon Gamliel. Kan b'shvach vlodois, kan b'dmei vlodois. One is talking about the extra value of the woman from her being pregnant, and that's when it says chayev, and that's chayev even after the misa. And one is talking about where it says potter, it's talking about dmei vlodois, and that dmei vlodois, like Rab Chisda said, even if the ger died before, you're potter to pay. Amri, said the Gemara, Bnei Yeshiva saying, let's learn the following, Shvach Vlodois. From the Shvach Vlodois that we say that go to the woman, Lishma Dmei Vlodois, let's learn that also Dmei Vlodois, like half the Shvach Vlodois, go, normally she gets half, and after Misa she gets a full thing, like what we just said. Let's say also that Dmei Vlodois, like before Misa, she doesn't get anything. Achar Misa, if he dies before the punch, she should get the full Dmei Vlodois. Umida Rab Shimon Gamliel, and since Rab Shimon Gamliel holds or follows that the Shvach Vlodois goes now all to the Isha, and we say also Dmei Vlodois, Lishma Rabbanon. Let's say also Rabbanon, the whole machlokes of Rabbanon and Rab Shimon Gamliel is about Shvach Vlodois. But about this Nekuda, does it go to the woman if the husband dies before? We never saw they have a machlokes, and then let's learn Keneged Rav Chisda that the Dmei Vlodois goes to the woman if the husband died before the punch. Amri said the Gemara, look, Shvach Vlodois, the Shaychi Yoda Begavayu, that she has a shaychus to it, that it's part of her body, and she gets half, even if he's alive. Zochya Bekulu. If he dies, she gets everything. But Dmei Vlodois, the Lo Shaychi Yoda Begavayu, that she doesn't get anything when he's alive, and she has no shaychus to these babies, they don't belong to her. Lo Zachya Klal. Even if he dies before the punch, she's not zoiche in it. Boy mine Rav Yabba Saba Rav Nachman. Rav Yabba Saba asked the kash Shaila to Rav Nachman. A machzik b'shtarois shel ger. There was a ger, and he owed money to Reuven, and he has these stories that say that Reuven is meshuber the karka to this ger, and this ger died. And now someone else, Shimon, holding these stories, and he wants to take not the karka we know he doesn't get, but he wants to keep the star, to use it as a paper, as a cloth, to write on the back of it some nice bracha or something, to use as a paper. Do we say that no, he meant to hold only the karka, and because he doesn't get the karka, he didn't have any kavanah to be zoiche in the paper? Or do we say no, the paper, he didn't have any kavanah to be zoiche? The first side is I didn't have kavanah to be zoiche in the paper, and if someone else is koiner it, it's his now. The second shot is no, he meant to take it also for the paper and also for the karka. Now he doesn't get karka. Lefachot, he should get the star. Now, man the machzik b'shtora, the one who holds the star to be zoich in the karka, date the arrow the machzik, he only wants to be zoich in this field. But arrow hol lo yachzik, but in the karka itself he didn't have a chazaka. B'shtora nami lo ikona, and the star is not koida, and someone else could grab it. The lava date ashtor, because it didn't have any kavanah to be zoiche the star as a paper. Oy dilma, the other tzad is date nami ashtor. When he's holding the paper, he wants also to get the field and also to have the paper. So if you can't have the field, at least you should have the paper. Omalei oni muri, tell me, my master, when he tried to take the star choiv, did he think about to use out the bottle stopper? He wanted to take it for choiv. He can't get the choiv. He never had kavanah to be koiner it as a bottle stopper. Omalei, so the Saba told him, no, lotzu, yes, for sure he wanted it to also have the bottle stopper, and therefore he should be zoicher in it. Omar Rabba, said Rabba, mashkoinu shel Yisrael biyad ger. Yisrael borrowed money from a ger, and he put his mashkin, his deposit, his Rolex watch by the ger to keep as a deposit for the alva. Umeisa ger, another ger died. Ubo Yisrael acha, and another person comes. V'yichzik boy, and he grabbed this Rolex. Ritzim oisem yodoi. We give back the Rolex to its owner. My time, a cave in the Meisle Ger, since the Ger died, Pokali Shibud, the Shibud is Poka, and Mele, this Mashkin, this Rolex watch, belongs to the original owner. Mishkinu Shel Ger B'Yad Yisrael, the opposite case, the Ger took a loan from a Jewish person and gave him his Rolex as a deposit. Umeisa Ger, now the Ger died. Ubar Israel Acher, and came another Israel man. V'yichzik bo, and he grabbed his Rolex watch. Zekona keneged Moisov, the one who had it as a deposit. Let's say the Rolex watch is worth £10,000 and the loan is £5,000, so he keeps £5,000 for the alva. Zekona is ashar, and the one who grabbed it takes the other £5,000 worth of the Rolex. V'amai, fragt the Gemara, why is it so? Tikni lechatzerai, this Rolex is lying in Reuven's closet at home, and straight away when the ger dies, this Yisrael who's owed money by the ger should be zoich in the other £5,000 kinyan chotza. Tomar Rabbi Yosi Bar Chanina said, Chatzer shelot koine lo yishloi midatoi. If I have something in my chotza, hefka or something that comes into my chotza, I'm koine even that I don't know about it. So therefore over here, even though that I don't know about it, that the ger died now and someone grabbed it straight away, I should be koine mikinin chotza. Amri, the yeshiva said, the Gemara says, Ochav me'askina and deleise. It's talking about that he's not next to his chotza, so he's not koine. When he is over there in his house, next to his house, the boy makni. If he wants to be koine himself, let's say with Agbo, Motikoni, he's there to be koine, Kanye leinami chatzera, then we say chatzera shalodom koine lo yishloi midato, because potentially he could do it himself. But when he's not around, the boy lemikne, if he wants to be koine by himself with a kinin loy moti, he can't. Loy moti koni, he can't be koine because he's away. Chatzer nami loy koni. That we said chatzer shalom koine shalom midato is only if he's around. But if he's not around, we don't say this chiddush. So the Gemara of Ilchas, so the halacha is not like what we just said. The leisei bechatzeroi. The case over here that we're talking about, the mashkin, is talking about where the mashkin is not in his chotza. That's why we say the chatzer shel adam, he's not koiner it, and the guy who grabbed it gets the extra over the loan. But if it was in his chotza, for sure we're going to say chatzer shel adam koiner shel midato, even if he's not there.